It was a lot of anxiety. I was just stressed out about, okay, so what does that mean for this year? Because, the Robertson trade was one thing, but Scherzer was another. And then it was, okay, so then what does it mean for next year? Because now he was signed for next year. So just kind of, just trying to get a grasp on everything. And then got it from the horse's mouth the next day. And then had a day to kind of, think on that and let it sit in and feeling better about things now. It was a lot of what, the conversation with Billy and, he had with Scherzer and he had with Verlander. Then he went and had the conversation with Francisco and I, and I think he was true to his word. He said he was going to go see what was out there for guys' contracts expiring in this year or the next year, and he was able to bring back quite a few prospects, quite a few good prospects, and kind of revamp the system a little bit. And so, as tough as it may be, a little bit of pain now for hopefully a brighter future. But I think the most disappointing part for me personally is just looking and saying, like, we as a team didn't meet the expectations, and made them kind of have to make the choice to pivot. The way that I look at it is the Marlins, they weren't supposed to compete this year, and he never told me that we weren't going to compete next year. He just kind of said, hey, we've got to kind of revamp some things, and we're probably not going to do what we did this year, where the payroll was at like 370 or something like that, I think. So he's like, hey, we're probably not going to do that, but we still expect to win. We still, and so from my standpoint, we see kind of where we are. This is going to be a great trial run for guys to get playing time. I fortunately got to be a part of something like that in 2017, and it helped me shape to be the player that I am today. And I'm hoping for the young guys that are here that they'll take advantage of that and get to have major league experience on an everyday basis, and that will hopefully help us in next season. And who knows? I mean, in baseball, you can surprise people. I mean, look at how things were for us going into spring training and how our odds were, and now it's a much different tone 3 months from now. It could be a much different tone, from the beginning of next season to trade deadline next year. I mean, we could surprise some people, and the young guys could really make some huge strides, and we could be in a spot where all of a sudden we turn into buyers next year, and we go for it maybe a season earlier than was expected. So for me, I'm looking at the positives of this. I know there's not many, but the positive is there's going to be a lot of experience to be had for some of these young guys, and we're going to look at next year as an opportunity to surprise some people. It took me 24 hours to really kind of like let it sit in and okay, what do we really mean by these things that are being said and kind of circulating around. But once I settled in on it, I thought, okay, this is an opportunity for us to come out better as an organization on the other side of this.